Hypixel is Minecraft's biggest server, and whether you've just logged on or you're like me and you've been playing so long that you have more Hypixel memories than childhood memories, there's probably some stuff about the server you don't know. This can range from how the games work to what a mystery box is, because I never even bothered finding out about them until 2 weeks ago. And because sometimes it seems like the average player's IQ is less than average, I'm making this video so that even the morons out there can understand. And by the end of the video, you'll be well on your way to becoming a Hypixel expert, because who doesn't aspire to be that? And the number one rule is respect all players, but the longer you play Hypixel for, the more you'll realise that, just like real life, no one cares. Now believe it or not, Hypixel is a great reconstruction of real life society, and what rank you have kind of determines your place on the societal ladder. In my opinion, if you want to buy a rank, you should either stick to the basic VIP or go all out and get MVP+. Anything in between is a strange, bizarre decision. VIP pluses think they're the cooler kind of VIPs, and MVPs think they're just as good as MVP pluses, but we all know they're not. The difference between VIPs and VIP pluses is that the pluses can create guilds and get a wild ocelot baby lobby pet, and also some more cosmetics, but no one really cares about those, so in reality you're just paying a few extra dollars to be able to make a guild. VIPs are the backbone of society, just the laid back common folk that do what they need to do, and the VIPs are the exact same, but they think they're better than everyone because they invested $20 in Bitcoin. Now, the difference between MVP and MVP Plus is quite substantial. With the Plus you have access to map selectors, but for the normal MVP you have the exact same things as VIP Plus, but a few more cosmetics. MVPs are like the ones born into relatively good circumstances, but they're jealous of those part of high society and pretend they're just as good. MVP pluses are the ones like Jeff Bezos and Lizard Zuckerberg that hoard all the wealth and treat everyone else like shit. There are also MVP plus pluses who I don't really count as rank holders. To me they're just mega virgins and the descendants of the rich money families that go to college for fun because they know they'll never really struggle to get a job. MVP plus plus is a monthly subscription you need to buy on top of MVP plus, and you can actually get access to some really cool things such as the /Nick command, host private games, make joinable parties, and get emojis. These are usually the sweatiest kind of players that think they're really hot and cool because they have depressed e-boy skins. Now, there's a special type of MVP plus plus players that overlap with Luna Plus players. Luna Plus is Luna Client's special subscription that lets you default dance for the same price as a Netflix subscription. There's a special name for people who pay for MVP plus plus and Luna Plus at the same time, and they're basically a step up from the mega virgins from earlier. These guys are the giga virgins. Then there are the nons who are still trying to figure out if the lobby is a type of minigame. If this was real life, then they'd be the Fiat 500 drivers. Non is a word used for people that don't have a rank, you know, no rank. But it can also be used to refer to someone who is absolute garbage at the game. So if you've seen MVP++ who has clearly wasted their money on block game, you know what to say. But don't fret, you don't really need to spend money to get some sort of status on Hypixel. Being a non and also being amazing at the game is probably the most challenging thing you can do. However, you probably will be called a hacker. Hackers. There are two types. The first are so deep in the closet that they put Nate Jacobs to shame. Unfortunately, a lot of these guys are leaderboard players or players that are popular because life is unfair. Now, the second type of hacker will hack like their life depends on it. To be honest, I kinda respect them more than the people that closet cheat and pretend they're legit, because at least the blatant hackers won't call you bad when they're dancing circles around you with an angular velocity of 10 blocks per second. There are also Steves, and the special thing about Steves is that anyone can be them, regardless of socioeconomic status. There are two types of Steve. Either they're the noobiest noobs you'll ever meet who still don't understand the concept that you need to left click to hit someone. Then there's the Steves who have mastered every single aspect of Minecraft yet choose to keep the default skin as a sign of dominance. In a way, Steves are similar to hackers, but more wholesome and terrifying at the same time. And I know I've talked a lot about virgins, specifically mega and giga virgins, but there's one last subcategory I haven't covered. Hypixel YouTubers. These specimens are referred to as terror virgins, but there is one exception. Me. Because you already know I'm pulling all the hottest guys. I know it seems that no matter what rank you have, there's always some negative connotation with it, and that's because on Hypixel, at the end of the day, there are no winners. Unless you're me. Now there's no way I can tell you everything you need to know about Hypixel without telling you about the games, so strap yourselves in. Also, I'm only doing the most popular or relevant games because I don't think anyone wants to hear about turbo kart races. Skyblock, home to the drug dealers and stock traders of society. Everyone likes to joke about how Skyblock players have no life, and that's because it's true. In Skyblock, you spawn on a small grass island with nothing but yourself and a tree, and then you immediately do /hub to go and buy minions to do all the work for you. There isn't a set aim of Skyblock, but most people play for fun and to become the richest they can be, which in turn involves leveling up in different areas along the way, such as farming, strength, and mining. And you'll know you've made it when you have tens of millions of coins, but you still feel empty on the inside. Skyblock players are always trying to convince themselves that doing things like collecting stand for hours is actually something really important and worth doing. They're also so far removed from society that they need their own rules section. This section is actually almost as long as the normal rules section, which kind of tells you all you need to know. Bedwars. I have the most knowledge about this game because I main it, and if you don't know, when someone says they main something, it's just the game they play the most. I used to play Bedwars so much that in the summer I spent 5 hours on it during the hottest day of the year. And no, I don't need help. Bedwars is a very simple concept. You have bed that make you respawn. Keep bed safe. kill other player. The more you play, the more stars you get, and there are also quests you can complete to level up faster. If you have 1 to 8 stars, then you'll only be put into games of people in that star range. But once you get to 9 stars, then you're thrown to the wolves. If you want to get better, I suggest finding other people to play with for doubles or fours, and if you're looking for a party, you can go to lobby 1. There are always people saying stuff like 1 out of 4, which means they're putting together a party of 4. Now, the equivalent of winning the lottery in Hypixel is being gifted a rank, and to get your lottery ticket, you go to bedwars lobby 1 and beg. This makes up 50% of the chat, and if you're lucky, then someone will donate it to you like you're a charity. From 0 to 99 stars, you'll be regarded as a noob by anyone with over 100 stars, and when you hit this milestone, you'll be in Iron Prestige. Every 100 stars unlocks a new prestige, which is pretty cool, but the only thing you get from it is a new star colour and some more respect from the other players. Bedwars is also the most common place to find E-daters. Beware. Skywars. This is a very fast-paced game, and you spawn in a small island with 3 chests and you can choose from a wide range of kits. There is no best kit, so you should choose the one that suits your playstyle the most. If you're like me and you like to be an aggressive pro gamer, Scout or Farmer are good choices. One of the optimal ways to play is loot all 3 of your spawn island chests and go to mid as quick as possible because that's where the good stuff is. Always watch your back though, because other people will be trying to do the same. Because Skywars has small islands and lots of holes in them, people are always going to be close to the edge, so don't be afraid to spam eggs, snowballs or your fishing rod to knock them off. It's incredibly annoying when other people do it to you, but if you can't beat them, join them. There are also sub-modes for every player mode, such as solos, doubles, etc. These are normal and insane. Normal has normal loot and insane has insane loot. There's not much more to it. Skywars also has a star system like bedwars, but 1 Skywars star is equivalent to about 20 bedwars stars, so it doesn't look as cool. Duels. This is a pretty wide category, so I'm going to speedrun each mode. Classic. This is one of the most popular and easy to get into, but it's a bit basic in it. UHC duels. Everyone who's good at this is most likely an OG player and incredibly awesome. This isn't recommended for beginners because not only do you have to be good at PvP to do well, you also need to know how to effectively use everything in your hotbar and not just hope someone will fall into your trap. Bridge. This is where all bedwars players come to die. You start at opposite ends of the bridge and have to score by jumping into a portal at the other person's base. Sounds easy? Yeah. Sumo. Everyone on the leaderboard is cheating, don't bother with it. Boxing. This is the simplest kind of duel. First to 100 hits wins. Unless you've done this on My Man Club, I highly advise playing this until you play it there first, because on Hypixel it's full of people who migrate from there just to feel better about themselves and also complain about the knockback on Hypixel. Bow duel. Same as the name, only annoying people play this. No debuff. It's not very popular but full of sweaty people. Most times the first person to run out of health pots loses. Skywars duel. This is a Skywars 1v1, and if someone said to me, yeah, I made Skywars duels, I would probably laugh in their face. Apparently it's really fun and a good alternative to ranked Skywars, but the balancing is broken depending on what kit you choose. Bow spleef. If you play this, then you're here for a good time, not a long time. In every mode there are 2 main leaderboards, daily win streak and wins minus losses. Daily win streak resets every day and wins minus losses resets every week. If you're on these leaderboards, then it's a good achievement, but the most you'll get from it is someone recognize you in game and immediately forgetting about you afterwards. Also, not to flex, but I beat what was once a top player in the Build UHC leaderboards, and the fact that he was AFK half the time had nothing to do with it. Housing. I view people who main housing as like the factionless from Divergent. Everyone on Hypixel has a housing plot and they can essentially build whatever they want here, and if it's public then anyone can join. It also basically has world edit built into it, which is really useful, and there's a bunch of other tools you can use to make the house look better, like themes and weather settings. The most popular kinds of houses are parkour, PvP and events, and if you really like a house you visit, then you can give it a pack of cookies. Every player gets 10 packs of cookies per week, and the amount of cookies per pack depends on your rank. Cookies are kind of like a tipping system, but instead of being tipped money, you're being tipped clout. Build battle. Here you have to vote on something to build and have 10 minutes to make it to the best of your ability. Now, everyone who plays this is either 12 or 28. Most people actually put a decent amount of effort into their builds, but you'll occasionally get that guy who thinks it's really funny to build an inappropriate image, or place down a sign begging for people to vote for him. There's also pro mode where you have 5 minutes instead of 10, but anyone can play it, which is a bit confusing because I guess that pro mode would only be available to the pros. Arcade games. Every other game on Hypixel is a minigame, and these are like mini games. The most popular games are Blocking Dead, Hide and Seek, Party games and Zombies. Playing these games gives you arcade game coins, which can be transferred into coins for other games at different transfer rates. These are really fun to play when you've run out of other things to do, especially party games, which is like a mini game. The people who main arcade games have very niche skill sets, and will get dirty looks whenever they tell someone that they main arcade games, which is deserved. Things like party games are fun to play every once in a while or with friends, but if you're splitting to get the best time on the parkour section of party games, then there's something wrong with you. No! Murder mystery. Innocents go around collecting gold so they can get a bow to shoot the murderer. The murderer murders, and the detective spawns with a bow and has to shoot who they think is the murderer. But if you're the detective and shoot the wrong person, you die. In assassin mode, everyone has to kill one specific person and the last 2 standing win. So while it's very easy to find your person to kill, you're being hunted at the same time. The Pit. If you like to hack in your free time, then this is the place for you. When this game was first released, I was pretty excited because I used to love FFAs back in the day, especially on Bad Lion. However, it's incredibly unbalanced because you might be on a good win streak until someone comes over and 2 taps you with their fist. In my opinion, this game is kind of like Skyblock but for PvP. lobby. There's a lot of grinding involved and you'll probably have no idea what to do at the start because of all the different perks and items, but once you get into it, there's no way out. Around the arena there's a bunch of gold you can collect to buy things such as better armor and obsidian, which people love to use as spawn trap, and it's the main currency of the pit, so it's also essential if you want a prestige. You'll start at prestige 0 and once you get to level 120, you lose everything. Well, not everything, but your level, gold and XP will go to 0, but you'll be able to buy more perks and upgrades. And if you're on a good win streak, then a bounty will place on your head so more people will try and kill you. Good luck. TNT games. Again, these are some mini games, the most popular being TNT Run, where you run on TNT, and also TNT Tag, where you play tag with TNT. These games are pretty chill and good to play if you want to practice just getting better at basic movement, or if you want to wreck some noobs. Prototype lobby. These games are still in development and available to the public for what's essentially just guinea pig testing. If someone mains a game from here, then they're probably just desperately waiting for it to be properly released, so they have a huge advantage over the people who don't waste their time in the prototype lobby. Unfortunately, most PTL games don't go to full release or reach their full potential, just like the people who play them. Hypixel level. Now your Hypixel level will be found on the top of your hotbar, and you can level up by gaining Hypixel experience. Playing games and completing quests associated with certain games will give you XP, and as you level up, more XP is required for the subsequent level. The delivery man found in every lobby also gives you XP as a daily reward, and your coin multiplier also increases with your level. So that's cool, I guess. Another way to get XP is by buying network boosters, which triple your XP earned for 1 hour after it's activated, and boosters can also be queued and stacked. $18 a booster! If someone has a very high level, they either have a lot of money or no life, but it's most likely both. Also, by using /tip on someone with an active booster, it gives you coins and them experience. Other ways to gain experience include playing ranked game modes, doing challenges, questing for different game modes, getting achievement points by completing achievements. For achievement points, there are 5 different tiers, and when you advance to the next tier, you get a whole lot of XP, and within the tiers, you also get XP when you reach a new milestone. One of the most efficient ways to get XP is just to complete as many quests as possible for every game each day, found at the quest master in each lobby, and there are 72 you can do every day. But if you do all 72, then you have a problem. Once you reach level 100, you'll have access to the veteran reward menu, and that's exactly like the normal menu, but it gives you a kind of OP reward for every 10 levels you reach. And every time you level up, you'll be able to collect a reward by going to the brewing stand on your profile. These include arcade coins, mystery boxes, mystery dust, personal boosters, banners, and new MVP Plus colours if you have MVP Plus. Different colours get unlocked as you reach high levels, and the black plus is for level 250 and over. If you see anyone with this, know that they shower max once every 3 weeks. Now in every lobby you'll see these things called mystery boxes, which is the oldest way to get cosmetics on the server that you can use in lobbies. Boxes range from 1 to 5 stars, the higher star ones obviously give you better loot. Unfortunately, to open 4-star boxes you need at least VIP rank, and for 5 stars it's at least MVP. Because just like real life, you don't see poor people buy Lamborghinis, or in this case, the legendary crab dance. Then you also have the special kind of boxes that come around seasonally or for special events. There are also crafted boxes that give you amazing rewards, and you have to make these with mystery dust. Mystery dust also comes from mystery boxes, and you receive it when getting duplicate items. The amount received depends on the rarity of the duplicate item you get, and you also can use this dust to purchase cosmetics that aren't seasonal. The types of cosmetics you can get include emotes, gestures, gadgets, pets, morphs, hats, suits, and items that you can put onto your housing plot. You can also buy mystery boxes, but if you do, then I will judge you. There is also the option to buy pets, and I can't blame anyone for doing this because look how cute they are! Loot chests are like mystery boxes but for specific game modes, including bedwars, skywars, skyblock, murder mystery, and duels. Every box has 3 random cosmetic items, each varying in rarity and depending on the game you buy them for. Now, one thing I didn't mention earlier is that guilds can also give you Hypixel experience. Guilds are special groups of players you can join, usually with a common interest or they focus on a certain game mode, and it's a great way to meet people. Guilds can be friendly or competitive, and the more competitive ones will have some join requirements such as a certain Hypixel level alongside bedwar stats, skywars stats, and duels wins. Think of competitive guilds like jobs, and the requirements are like the certain qualifications you need to get the job. And if you do get the job but you don't perform well, then you're fired. With competitive guilds, if you're not getting enough weekly XP, you're fired. When you join a guild, you'll be able to earn guild XP by playing games as you normally would, and this contributes to leveling up your guild. There are also weekly quests that give you 50,000 guild XP for each tier you complete. High level guilds get perks such as XP and coin bonuses, where there'll be a percentage chance that you earn double the Hypixel XP or coins you normally would when playing games. And like Hypixel levels, the higher level you get to, the harder it is to advance. Hypixel also has something called a soft cap, where after your guild earns a certain amount of XP in a day, it begins to earn less. This is so the top guilds don't go miles ahead of everyone else, so that they're impossible to catch up to. It's kind of like how the higher earners in society have to pay more tax. And just for the record, in case any government officials are watching this, I definitely paid my taxes last month. Once your guild reaches level 100, there'll be permanent bonuses such as cosmetics, but these will be lost if you leave the guild or if the guild is disbanded. Kinda like company cars once the company is rich enough. With every guild you have the owner or co-owners, who are kinda like the CEOs. They make the job positions and decide on the seniority. When making guild ranks, you can choose any title, but only certain whitelisted ones will show up in tags on the forums. And I guess it is also technically advertising for my guild. I mean, I'm only in for the XP bonus, so this is kind of my way of giving back. The more dedicated players will go as far to posting and participating in the Hypixel forums. And if Hypixel were to be a society, the forums would be where the Fortnite kids congregate. The forums can actually be pretty fun and useful to go on. Every game has its own section, and you can find people posting guides and tips for new players or those stuck on what to do. People post their achievements and experiences on the game. Other posts are questionable, and you should also never expect much from the responses. Now, I know I've made fun of Hypixel for basically the whole video, but it is a great server and it's bound to have a few problems considering how big it is. But now the video is over, you should have knowledge of all the important things you need to know for Hypixel. Go forth and remember, no one cares if you can God bridge.